Hey everyone, I'm Xoonani. Welcome to my new video. Today we will test out the Arrtx colored pencils in the 126 color set. That means we will swatch these beauties and then I will make a lightfastness test with them because you can't find something about the lightfastness anywhere. And in the end, I will create an artwork with them. So we have a lot to do. Let's get started. Let's swatch all the 126 colors first. I used a paint-on mixed media paper for that. Look at this big box and how beautiful all these colors are. They stick in two slim pieces with foam in it, which was cut with holes so you can use them out of the box. I also have the 72 set and I'm using them all the time. I love these colored pencils, but you can't buy them individually, only in the 72 and the 126 set of colors. That means if your pencil gets too small like this one, you can't get a new one. Only if you buy a set. The back side of the pencils are dipped. That means that they should be more safe from breaking. Arrtx even wrote on their package they are break resistant. I don't know, the colored pencils from my 72 set never broke until I took them with me in winter holiday. Then I think something happened and since then 3 of the 72 pencils broke a few times, but not every time I sharpened them. I can say in this case it is the truth. Very good quality. I'm not sponsored, by the way. Here with these 126 I had another experience, but I will tell you later what happened. These colored pencils are so soft and nice to work with. In this set there were a few of them a bit more harder and scratchy on the paper. In the 72 set there no pencil was like this. I don't know why, or perhaps it gets better if you work with them longer on a bigger drawing. Oh, look how beautiful all these colors are. There are a lot of reds and violets in this set, also a bunch of blues and earthy tones and greens, enough yellows and a few special colors like gold, silver and 3 neon colors. One question is still on my mind for months now. What is with the lightfastness? You can't find anything about it on their website. The only information you can get is that these colored pencils are highly pigmented and artist quality. So I thought I have to test it by myself. That's why I swatched all the colors a second time. One I will store in my cupboard and one I will lay directly on my window so I can compare them after a while and get some answers. Of course, I will show them to you and share my results with you. This test will take a while, but time goes by so fast. We will see what happens in the end. We only have to be a bit patient. So let's test them out and create a piece of art. I use the Hahnemühle Britannia hot pressed watercolor paper 300 GSM because I would like to create a soft and bright watercolor layer as an underlayer in wet and wet technique. I don't like to work on white paper. And another benefit is you don't have to layer so hard. If you draw very soft above the watercolor background, it can be beautiful to see it through. Here I have a piece of the same paper I wanted to test some color combinations first to see what's best for the idea that was in my head. I also tested out the Arrtx pencil on this piece to see how good they perform on this paper, and I liked it. I really wanted to use my new quinacridone red, but I had no idea which colors I should also use with it for a nice background. Here I used also blues on the test piece. Later I won't use a dark color because I wanted to create all the darks with the colored pencils. What I used in the end was quinacridone red and transparent green gold for my background. I placed the watercolors where I would like to have them. In this case, I wanted to paint a cute big mushroom creature and a lot of mushrooms, of course, and there should live a few tiny flying cuties. So I tried to define my background a bit. That's what I'm doing when I have a plan before, but no sketch today. Then I dried it with a hairdryer and started with the first lines to define the mushrooms. But then I decided to choose the right colors first, like you can see here. It's better to define the little flying creatures first before I start with the first layer of colored pencil. With colored pencil, it's all about layering to create deepness and contrasts. You can layer similar colors to stay more in a gradient or use different ones like me. I prefer to work with something like a red, like a blue and like a yellow. White of course, and perhaps a very dark color like indigo or a dark gray, sometimes black. My first background layer is magenta, the second layer will be French ultramarine. For more shadows, I always would recommend a blue as the shadow color. And if you layer it with a magenta like here, it gets darker and deeper. Use the pressure to get more pigment from your pencil and fade it out in using less pressure. I love to build out the shapes in a negative technique, so you can always find more details in the background. And then you can work them out with a darker color. So you can go forward layer by layer. And you need a lot of time for this. I told you that I had a pencil breaking experience. The magenta I used first broke several times, but I don't think the lead is already broken in the pencil because of shaking them or the transportation or something like that. I felt something cracked when I worked with it with more pressure. Like the lead don't fits perfect in the wooden cover and the pressure let it break. I don't know how I can describe it better. Perhaps you understand what I mean. The same happens to the blue. I never had this with my 72 set. I think I have to test them out longer, every pencil, if they are all the same, if you use them a lot with more pressure or not. The quality of the 72 set was perfect. I loved them. I still love them. That's why I was a bit disappointed from this 126 set, and I hope it was only bad luck. I will tell you after a few weeks or months when I use them more often. I'm really curious what the Lightfastness test will say in the end. These colored pencils should be similar to the Prismacolor ones, the softness and stuff, but they are better quality. The dipped endings, for example, and in case of the 72 set, they didn't break and are finished to a high quality. I can remember a video where the Prismacolor was tested to their Lightfastness and they did a great job. So I'm curious how the Arrtx colored pencils will make it in the run in comparison to the Prismacolor. We will see. In the end, I used black as the darkest color. I used white and lemon yellow or a greenish yellow. I can't remember. And for the eyes, I used white gouache because it's opaque and I wanted that the eyes are really white. And I have to say the Arrtx colored pencil white is a good blending white, very good blending white, but it layers not perfect. For layering with white, I have other different whites to use, but I don't use the Arrtx white regularly. I enjoyed working on this piece a lot. I love to work with colored pencils every time. You can create so many details in your artworks. I hope you also enjoyed watching and that the video was informative for you. So please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more from me and my art. Thank you so much for your support. Then let's have a look at the final result together. And have an awesome day. See you next time. Yours, Xoonani.